This is part 2 to the previous video on finding greatest common factor. I've just got 3 more example problems, so I'm going to run through those. For the next example, it's 9y to the third minus 3y. So step 1, we look for the greatest common factor. What's the biggest thing we can divide out of both? Well, with 9 and 3, the biggest thing we can divide out is a 3. And y to the third in y, the biggest thing we can divide out is a y. So that is the greatest common factor. Step 2, we're going to divide each by the greatest common factor. Divide by 3y, divide by 3y. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Y to the third divided by y is y to the second. 3 over, well, let's see, the 3's cancel. And y over y, the y's cancel. What do we do if everything cancels out? Remember, when things cancel, there's really a 1 there. 1 times 1 is 1. On the bottom, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 over 1 is 1. Don't forget about that minus sign, so it's really just minus 1 there. Alright, so let's see, step 1 was find the greatest common factor, it's 3y. Step 2, divide each term by the greatest common factor, we've done that. Step 3, write the greatest common factor on the outside of the parentheses, and the answers to step 2 on the inside of the parentheses. Alright, and now if I just re-multiply it back to check it, this is just to check and make sure that everything worked well. 3y times 3y to the second, that's 9y to the third. 3y times negative 1 is negative 3y. So we're looking good. The second problem, 2ab to the third minus 10ab plus 14a. So when we look at the coefficients and we look at the numbers, 2, 10, and 14, biggest number we can divide out is a 2. All right, now I got a to the second, a and a. Well, we can take an a out of there. Now that is a to the first, but we don't write the ones. You got a 1 is the lowest exponent there. And I got a b to the third and a b, and there's no b in the last one. Is b a common variable? The answer is no. Since b is not a common variable, it's not part of the greatest common factor. Okay, make that a look a little nicer. All right, I'm going to divide each of these by 2a, the greatest common factor. All right, 2 divided by 2 cancels. A to the second divided by a is a. B to the third just follows along because there's no exponent. They're not common variables, so you don't subtract the exponents. Negative 10 divided by 2, that's negative 5. The a's cancel nicely, and the b just follows along. And for the last one, 14 divided by 2, that's 7. Now, since it's positive 7, I'm going to write plus 7. And the a's cancel out nicely. Now, as you're probably getting used to doing, the greatest common factor is outside the parentheses, and the answers for all of those divisions go on the inside. And if we want to check it, we just do the distributive property for each part. So 2a times ab to the third, that would be 2a to the second, b to the third. 2a times negative 5b, well, 2 times negative 5, there's your negative 10, and there's your ab, they just follow up. And 2a times 7, well, 2 times 7 is 14, and there's your a. So this is the right answer here for the second problem. And I didn't circle it, but there's the right answer for the first problem. Remember, we're undoing a distributive when we're factoring. All right, the last one looks a little weird. You might say, well, wait a minute. I've got a 3x times 5y minus 4, and I've got a 2 times 5y minus 4. Okay, now keep in mind, we're looking for common factors, common things that are multiplied. Ladies and gentlemen, both of these terms are being multiplied by 5y minus 4. That is a common factor. So 5y minus 4 is a common factor there. Okay? So now I've got 3x and 2. Well, let's just go ahead and follow through our steps. I think some of you can see what's going to happen. We take both sides and we divide by the common factor, 5y minus 4. I'm going to divide this side by 5y minus 4. Lo and behold, things that are the same on the top and bottom cancel out. And that leaves me with 3x. So I'm just going to go on ahead and set up my parentheses now. And the 5y's are going to cancel there. It's going to leave me with plus 2. All right? I really followed exactly the same steps here. I found the greatest common factor. They both had a 5y minus 4 in common. So I wrote that out in front of the parentheses. I divided both sides by 5y minus 4. Now the 5y minus 4 nicely cancel. And I was left with 3x and 2, so I wrote 3x plus 2. Those are my answers to step 2, so I put those in parentheses, and there we go. Now if you want to check it, use the distributive property. Use a little different color here. 5y minus 4 times 3x. Well, there's 3x times 5y minus 4. And then 5y minus 4 times 2. Well, there's 5y minus 4 times 2. We don't have to do anything more there. All right? Anyway, this is common factoring. 3 more example problems. Take a hard look at your homework and get her done. Good luck.